Righty dighty do. Howdy everyone. Hope you guys are doing well. Um just want to make sure you guys can hear me and everything, right? You guys are doing okay, yeah. You can very well hear me. Okay. Happy Monday to all. To Hogwire, what's up, bro? Howdy. Yeah, I was looking at this, like this would be fun. This would be fun. The International Cybersecurity Challenge 2026 Brisbane. 5,000 young talents all around the world together. So young, I don't know if I'm included. Okay. Yeah, would like to like even start at least try it. Asian cybersecurity. So we have India on here. I'm down to do the challenge. Let's see how things go and whatever. Do we have the previous challenges on this website or no? Who can participate? Please identify the region that you represent. Follow the instruction on the web page. Rules. There is individual competition. Oh, individual. Flag format, people in place need to submit scoring system. There is no breakthrough. A player has that has more point ranks higher. Hmm. Not attack culture. Okay. The player is under 27. Not there yet. Not there anymore. I am legit 27. Yep, not going to work for me, boss. Not going to work for me. But if anybody young talent is interested, or actually not this one. Here we go. Okay, and we will get started with our stuff. The main OG thing we are here for, the command injection. Sick in the mind, what's up, bro? Sup? How you doing? Let me make it like this. Okay, so as we are here, we are already in the 5 minute mark. Let's get started with some command injection tasks. 3 to 6. My goal is to cover all these tasks today and get over with the command injection from TryHackMe perspective, so we can move to the other ones. Okay. So with that being said, let's get started with task 3, exploiting command injection. And I will start the other machines in the meantime, just so we can save time later. Okay, here we go. This font is good, right? You guys want me to increase the font, or this is good enough? Okay, with no issues, I'll think it's pretty okay, right? Task 3, exploiting command injection. You can often determine whether or not command injection may occur by the behaviors of an application, as you will come to see in the practical session of this room. Applications that use user input to populate system commands with data can often be combined with unintended behavior. So basically, if there is an application that takes some kind of like input from the users to look for something, or like run a command, right? But certain parts are coming from user, we can change that command using shell operators like the semicolon and operator or double and will combine two or more system commands and execute them. For example, here, let's say the user input takes anything, let's say file name, right? Takes a file name, right? And that input goes and says, let's say in the find command, find this file name and see if the file is there or not, right? Just like let's say a torrent or a Netflix, like like a movie torrent, you're looking for movies instead of paying for Netflix, blah blah blah, right? So somebody could do it like file name and a operator like this, or and right, who am I? So the whole command will become, after that it will be find file name and who am I. So both things will be given as output. If you're unfamiliar with this concept, it's worth checking out Linux Fundamentals modules. They talk about these operators to learn more about this. Command injection can be detected in mostly one of the two ways: blind command injection and verbose command injection. I've defined these two methods in the table below, where two sections underneath will explain these in greater detail, right? So blind, I think we last time when we were talking about, we covered this. This type of injection is where there is no direct output from the application when testing payloads. You will have to investigate the behavior of the application to determine whether or not your payload was successful. So example for that is, let's say, let me do this way. Let's say this is you, the hacker, and then this is the server. Now you have to like do a command injection, a blind command injection, right? How would that be? Let's say you enter a command, right? Let's say sudo, or like give sudo privileges to the current one, right? Sudo su. You did this command to the server. Now the server was, let's say, for a torrent site or whatever, right? Looking for the file name, blah blah blah, right? Just like the example below, file name plus the sudo. Now there is no proper like output is returned, just the file, if the file was found or not, yes or no, right? That's the only thing that's returning. Nothing that what is your privileges and blah blah blah. So you have to look at, investigate certain other pages of the application by, for example, checking if you now as a user have access to the admin privileges, or you are able to like do certain actions like delete, or like visit certain pages, for example, yeah, like basically like those things: visit a secret page, delete something, do privileges that only like pseudo people are able to do. That way it worked, that earlier you were not able to go to admin or delete anything or go to a secret page. Now you are able to. So that's what blind is. It doesn't directly give you the output, right? But you have to investigate by going to different pages and seeing the behavior, right? Verbose mode. Whenever you hear the word verbose, that means talkative, right? Talk. So verbose mode, this type of injection is where direct feedback from the application once you have tested a payload. So this is what we were talking about with the file name thing. As soon as I change the command to who am I will get something in return, like the name of the user that's running this, right, in the admin privilege ways. Oh, great. The website broke. Every damn day there's something happening in the life. Is TryHackMe working for any one of you? Okay, gotcha. Okay, this type of injection is where direct feedback from the application once you have tested a payload, for example, who am I command, right, to see what user application is running under. The web application will output the user on the page directly. So when we did the file name, we got exactly who is able to as user, what user is running the commands on the Linux server, right? Detecting blind command injection. Blind command injection is when command injection occurs. However, there is no output visible, so it is not immediately noticeable. For example, a command is executed, but the web application outputs no messages, right? We That's what it's just we are going to go over this, right? Because we talked about already this thing. For this type of command injection, we will need to use payloads that will cause some time delay. For example, ping and sleep commands are significant payloads to test this. So another way of testing, right, instead of privileges, and if you are able to go, you can like send, let's say, ping or something like, let's say, test or ping in the sense like ping your own server, hacker server, to see if the intended server, let's say if you were hacking Facebook server, did the Facebook server try to communicate, send a ping command, or let's say sleep. Usually, let's say if the whenever you visit Facebook server, try to do this command, right? Everything is returning in, let's say, 1 millisecond. You do a 500 millisecond here, right? Sleep. So if the command is returned within 1 millisecond, then this command injection is not working. But if it is returning in, let's say, 501 millisecond, then the command ran. That's how, like, to play around, see what works and stuff. Using ping as an example, the application will hang for X seconds in application to how many pings you have specified. So you can say 10 pings, right? Another method of detecting blind command injection is by forcing some output. This can be done by using redirection operators such as the greater than sign, in which, let's say, if you have a command, let's say file name again, but also this to another file, another blog, another page whose text you can see, right? If you're unfamiliar with this, again, go to the Linux modules. For example, we can tell the web application to execute commands like who am I, redirect it to a file. We can then use a command such as cat to read that file. Pretty simple, nothing crazy. Testing command injection this way is often complicated and requires quite a lot of experimentation, significantly as the syntax of the commands varies between Linux and Windows. The curl command is a great way to test for command injection. This is because you are able to use curl to deliver data to and from an application in your payload. Take this code snippet below as an example. So reason curl is because curl is similar to ping, right? If you have a server, you are trying to curl something from it. You will know if somebody is trying to like curl and that like trying to get a file from your server. That's what we are going to do, right? That POC, proof of concept. And simple command payload, curl payload to an application possible for command injection is like this: curl vulnerable app process.php, search the Beatles, and who am I. Detecting verbose one. Detecting command injection this way is arguably the easiest of method of the two. Verbose command injection is when the application gives you feedback or output as to what is happening or being executed. For example, the output of the command such as ping or who am I is directly displayed on the web application. So just like you put it in the command and you get it on that same web page right away. So Linux, payload and description, who am I, which user the command is running under, list, ping, sleep. NC is netcat. Why this is an important one? So if there is a command injection, right? Let's go back to our form where we do file name, right? Or the song name. You can also add and netcat. What netcat does, it creates a connection from the server to your machine. So here's the server, your machine. If you do this command, right? If you send this command, the hackers command, to the server, what server will do, not only just return whether the file is present or not, but also parallelly start a connection at the port. Let's say you specified 4444 to your server, and now you can get a root, or not root, sorry, shell, a terminal to the system. This is the main one. Netcat is a big main one. Netcat can be used to spawn a reverse shell onto vulnerable application. You can use this foothold to navigate through the target machine for other services like files and potential means of escalating privileges. One second, sorry, let's need to drink some water. You know I'm not an AI. If I have to drink water once in a while, my throat when my voice starts going down. Okay, Windows, payload and description. On Windows, these commands will work. So who am I? Again, same thing. But instead of ls, like Linux here, we will have dir, we will have ping, we will have timeout instead of sleep. What payload would I use if I wanted to determine what user application is, what user the application is running as? So it would be who am I? Okay, let me turn off the sound. What popular network tool? I think ping. What payload would I use to test a Windows machine for uh, blind command injection? I think instead of sleep, I will say timeout, right, for Windows. Remediating command injection. So let's talk about like how to prevent if you're starting a web application, if you're on your startup idea, how to prevent such things. Command injections can be prevented in a variety of ways. Everything from minimal use of potential dangerous functions or libraries in a programming language to filtering up input without relying on users' input. So basically, when you're developing app, let's say Python using Django, something like a very popular one, right? Python itself and Django itself has a bunch of functions and libraries that can be useful in like removing potential dangerous apps, right? Or like functions that somebody can try to enter, like the commands, who am I? They can, these libraries and functions will block it. But also, you can use your own method by like filtering, creating, let's say, a, a list of commands that should not be allowed, right? I have detailed these a bit further below. The examples below are of the PHP programming language. However, same principles can be extended to other languages. So, vulnerable functions. Many functions interact with operating system to execute commands via shell. So, for example, blocking these execute, right? Pass through, system, blocking these ones. Take this snippet below as an example. Here, the application will only accept and process numbers that are inputted into the form. This means that any command such as who am I will not be processed. So here, this one, get ping, pattern, all these. So input should have like a number, right? Get ping, whatever the person put in. The application will only accept a specific pattern of characters, basically the digits. The application will then only proceed to execute this data, which is all numerical. These functions take input such as a string or user data and will execute whether whatever is provided on the system. Any application that uses these functions without proper checks will be vulnerable to command injection. I think pretty simple, right? Second is input sanitization. Sanitizing any input from a user that an application uses is a great way to prevent command injection. This is a process of specifying the formats or types of data that a user can submit. For example, an input field that only accepts numerical data or removes any specific characters, like these. So, for example, a filter input method, input get number, filter validate number. So, like, hey, whatever you input you're getting, I only want it should be numbers. It should be only numbers, right? And validate it is only numbers. PHP function is used. This PHP filter input function is used to check whether or not any data submitted is strictly number or not, right? It is, if it's not a number, it is invalid. We don't proceed. We don't even do anything. We just tell them not a valid thing. Bypassing filters, again, applications will deploy numerous techniques in filtering and sanitizing that is taken from users' input. These filters will restrict you to specific payloads. However, you can abuse the logic behind the application to bypass these filters. Basically, what they are saying. Now, imagine numbers, right? Numbers, only numbers are allowed in the input filter thing. But what number? Can binary be allowed? Can we have like decimal numbers? A bunch of other things. So, right, that's what they are trying to exploit with the hex. For example, an application may strip out quotation marks. We can instead use hexadecimal values of this to achieve the same result. When executed, although the data given will be in a different format than what is expected, it can be interpreted and it will be the same result. So, hey, this number, only input filter will like, is this number yes or no, right? Function yes or no. But problem is when you're defining that in the input filter function that should be a number, you're not defining whether it should be strictly decimal or not. It can be hex, and if it can be hex, we can have some code in there. We can have some things that can be malicious in there, right? For example, this have a decode of this. I don't know what this is specifically. Maybe who am I? This might be who am I. Who knows? What is the term of process for cleaning user input? I think the sanitization. Sanitize, right? Oh, input validation. Yes, the other word of input validation is sanitization. Yes, I know. The reason is sanitization. If you actually go on PyPy, right? Like input validate and sanitize. Sanitize is cleaning. Yes, I think you're right. Sorry. They're two separate things. Yes, yes, yes. You're right. Input sanitization is cleaning if they are doing anything. Validation, whether it's a valid or not. The this is my understanding. Depends, I think, how we define valid. Wait, let me see. I think when I think of input sanitization and validation, I think I it brings like this type of a diagram in my brain. Like majority of the functions are there, right? But like sanitize is more about if this is sanitization, validation. What I think of sanitization is more like, hey, you gave us an input, we are going to clean it and then pass, right? And then like or actually send over. Whereas validation is more about like you gave me the input, is it dirty? If it is dirty, then I won't. Yes. Yes, the act of cleaning is to prevent and then it sends over. I think in this case, is it dirty? Yes or no case happens. In sanitization, you clean it and you send it over to the next step. But in validation, if it is not clean, you don't send it. That's how I see as the difference. Not like in terms of like changes or stuff. This is like my main idea when I think of these things, right? But because like both can have similar things, both can have similar things of like detection and stuff. Yes, yes, they are like very much like I agree. Yeah, they are very much like I think the best way to say it is like more like they're like authentication and authorization, like very much like brothers, like twin brothers almost going together. You need both. You need both, basically. Like their relationship is like authentication, authorization. They should both come together, right, to actually make things work properly. Okay, we have deployed the machine attached to this task. It will be visible in the split screen once ready. Test some payloads of the application hosted on the website visible in split screen view to test for command injection. Refer to this cheat sheet if you are stuck and wish to explore some more complex payloads. Find the contents of the flag in this directory. You can you can use variety of payloads to achieve this. I recommend trying multiple. Okay, so let's go in the split screen mode for a sec. So use this handy web application to view the availability of a device by entering the IP address in the field below. So if you enter this, here's your command output. Okay, I'll just enter this way. So we got like a ping, blah 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 blah, right? How about if I do and who am I? Let's see if it returns something. It did. www data. So we know and is working. Why not do something like cat slash whatever is the directory name. So we see TryHackMe command injection complete. What about if we do? Can we do? We can't do netcat in this case. Um, maybe we can. I don't want to go through the whole. Well, maybe we can. So let's try. There is no attack room given to us in this case. Huh. Interesting. What are some other ways we can try, boss? Um, if there is cat, there could be instead of and. How about this way? I want to see what is the output comes in. Test image. Okay. No, nothing. We got this. Awesome. Pass through, ping, get address. What? Oh, it's the IP like what you're saying? May okay, let's try. I just want to keep an eye on this. So result, whatever is the result, pass through, ping, blah blah blah. Want to keep this handy. I'll try your one. I don't know much about PHP, so I'm going to try to find out how to break it. Like this, you think? Oh yeah, it worked. Nice. So we can have like instead of cat, I want to use maybe instead of cat, should we use something else? Is we can have cat. I want to try some other ways. Hmm. Sahil, bro, this is a tough market, man. This has been requested a lot. Uh, okay, let's do one thing. Let's do one thing. How about this weekend we do a, you know, when I was doing long streams, how about this weekend, Saturday maybe, or maybe Sunday? Let's do one of the days. Why not do a like a resume preparation workshop and also like job application workshop? You guys want to do that? Just you have to remind me though. You have to remind me because my brain just forgets things a lot fast. You guys want to do that to help you guys with it? And I think like I'm more than happy to help like ways I got it and couple of things. And I can do a AMA session as well alongside. Well, I think a lot of people will have a very specific amount of questions, so I can help with those ways. What do you guys think? Sahil, bro, what do you think? So, interview like a resume preparation plus a AMA session, so you guys can ask me anything. Interview crack. You're not able to do the. You're not able to crack the interview. Okay, what we can do then? I think let me give me 1 second. Let me see how I can like help you guys with it. Because I think I can get some resources to help you prepare for the interviews, and even like can arrange certain ones. So because like interview is more like a practice boss. Interviews like you have to just keep on giving them. You have to just get used to because it's a very hard thing. I understand, but you just have to get used to of the interviews boss. Like yeah, and the practice, that one thing maybe I can help you with. So let me give me 1 day. Just do one thing, Sahil. Sahil, do one thing. You are in Discord, right? Are you guys in Discord? Let me send you the Discord link. I don't know. Wait, it might not be. Is it still valid? Okay, yeah, it is valid. Join the Discord. Do me a favor, right? Tag me and oh, we got another person. Nice. Hello. Um, what I was saying is tag me, right, in this. in the suggestion ones, tag me, tell me what I have to do, right? What you want me to do? Actually, like what help you need? What help you need? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, not AMA in the sense like people just start asking, but AMA would be. Yeah, I think you're right. I have to like find a way. Yeah, just remind me. Just remind me. Send me a suggestion tag, right, and I will come up with something. Give me like couple of days to come up with. Reg, what's up, Reg? This I think will be helpful for you as well. Sahil was just asking like helping with the job related stuff. Like resume is good, but interview preparation that's hard. So, yo, Agent Social, what's up, bro? Welcome to the family, man. Like with an AI chatbot that can aggregate your questions, so you're not answering the same generic questions. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Preparing for interviews, I think I have something in mind. Just do me a favor in the suggestion channel, tag me, and I will come up with something. Okay, just do that for me. Tag me like today, tag me on Wednesday and tag me on Friday. So I remember, pressurize me so I can come up on the weekend and do something for you guys. Okay? Just do that for me. Because like if you guys pressurize me, it will like make me think in creative ways. So just a FYI, right? Okay, with that being said, let's do our task six. Is I pin it in the wait. No, should be in the, no, it's not in the pin. Huh. Here you go, boss. What? This is weird. Why is not? Wait, why I'm not able to send it? That's crazy. Is it like I'm not able to send chat? That's why is happening. One second, lads. I'm not able to end. No, I think it just put. Okay, now it's good. Now it's good. I don't know why there was a bug from the YouTube, bro. It's not even hacked. It's like YouTube is actually with the chat is really bad. Nah, I think it's the YouTube chat, bro. Yeah, no, I will, but I think I will help. I will be able to help you guys with this. So don't worry. Don't worry. Okay, with that, let's go to task six. Well done for making it to the end of the room. To recap, we have learned about the following elements of command injection. Look at DC. Ooh. Ah, nice, bro. March 27, my man, my man. Nice, bro. Attaboy. Nice, nice. Okay, let's go to here. To recap, we have learned. You have to tell us how the CCP go, man. To, to recap, we have learned about the following elements of command injection: how to discover it, how to test and exploit the vulnerability using payload designed for different operating systems, how to prevent this vulnerability in an application, applying your learning by performing command injection in a particular application. Indeed, he is. As you will have probably discovered, there are multiple payloads that can be used to achieve the same goal. I highly encourage you to go back to the practical elements of this task and try some alternative methods to retrieve the flag. And with that being said, terminating this, and we should be good. I want to do a career change and get into IT cybersecurity, but man, I have no idea where to start. I guess just A plus or network plus. One of the cheapest sounds. Oh, me. Oh, you. Agent Sausage. Dude, like I will say, like get familiar with Linux. That's the play around with Linux. And keep yourself like at least for the starting, right? Oh yeah. Oh yes, the exam is the cheapest. That one is the because it's a beginner one. But like Agent Sausage, I will say like this thing: keep yourself more hooked to some gamified way of learning in the start to keep yourself going, right? To keep yourself going to see how things are. I don't know how are you done with Linux? Have you done Linux? If not, like I think one of the ways, good ways at least, I will say to start is try hack me. Linux fundamentals should be a thing. Go to modules, Linux fundamentals. Go over this path was. Go over this path. Try to see. Okay, Linux is the way, bro. Linux is the way. Have a look at Linux. And in the Discord, there is some people like who are actually like playing around Linux a lot. So have a look at that. There's going to be people who are ready to help you. Start with like Kali Linux. Start like looking into Linux, what Linux is, and then. भैया 1.8 years का experience के बाद okay, even after 1.8 year of experience, because of the layoff, since then you are looking for it. Okay, don't worry, bros. I will like come up with something. Linux it is. Indeed, Linux it is. Once you are done with Linux fundamentals, right? Understand how Linux works a little bit, idea. I will say go to war games. Even for you, Sahil, just go through this. Try to like over the wire. Try to play around with this a bit, right? Linux Bandit specifically. Try to play this game. It's all about Linux and how to get to the next flag. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Right? Did Amazon layoff was like? Do they have developers lay down or what? Because I remember their one was more about. I know 16K corporate employees, but this one was more about like Amazon is not the best indeed, that's for sure. Because Amazon, I know they always like take down bottom 5% performance every year. But I thought this one was more related to their branch of like the food grocery store branch in October. Oh, dude, this is like always the BS. Organizational changes. This is always the BS. In office work is now mandatory. Yeah, it is rough time, man. Yeah, dude, like this is crazy because like how things are with the AI and how management is responding to it is really unfortunate for a lot of people. Don't worry, we will figure it out, lads. Like it's just another part of life. Ups and downs are both parts of life. If it is all up, it's not fun. Or if it is all down, that's also not fun. Don't worry, take it as like a part of life, right? Instead of like overthinking, take it as a part of life and we'll together work through it. We'll together find ways to it. Yeah, bro, got a call. We are changing the company a little. We don't think you can move with us. Yeah, that it is sad. Like that's why loyalty to companies is not a thing. Loyalty to companies is not a thing, and you should never think loyalty will pay off because a corporate or a bank account, right? Like if it's for a corporate company, right? You are same as think yourself as same value as a bank user. For bank, you are just account number, right? For a corporate like company, You are just an employee, just another employee number, nothing more. That's how it is. This is sad, but that's how it is. A truth. Yeah, I even have to now. I have to go for my job as well. And you guys have seen I could not do it, right? Yeah, it is. You are just a matrix. That's actually a really well put way. You are just a matrix of someone's like chart. That's how it is. That's so true. Yeah. Even I have to go, and I want to like you guys saw last week, right? Jesus, what's up, bro? Yeah, but like you guys saw last week, I had to leave in between the stream. That's why like I want to stream all the time because I would love if stream becomes my full time thing. At least I can help other people too. At least you guys won't be treated just like a employee number. That would be good. Once in a lifetime. Yeah, man. That's how things are. That's how things are. Bro, I won't be able to reveal that. I won't be able to reveal that. But I work for a consulting company. That's all it is. Hi Ashish, what's up, bro? You can find like my information on like various social medias about those things. But like, yeah, the main thing is like the reason I can't reveal it because I don't want to say it on full sure. Yeah, with my name on it, like in the stream, that can get me in trouble. But for sure, like Sile, don't worry. Just wait for a day or two. I will come up with something. People are asking for pay, OSCP and paying none. Yep. I saw that. I saw what you posted in the Discord, boss. Yeah, it is rough time, lads. It's rough time. Don't worry. Together we'll go through it. Okay, don't worry. We all are the community. That's the whole point of community. We all are there for each other, right? That's how a strong community is. Yep, pretty much at corporate job. That's what happens, boss. Well, okay, that's all I have for you guys today. Command injection, try hack me. We covered. We'll cover more command injection this week, and we'll do the specific like long interview and like how to prepare for interview, how to prepare your a resume, right? Those type of things. As soon as possible, I'll come up with something. Okay. With that being said, thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. Okay. With that being said, thank you so much, lads. Have a good one. This is your favorite. Oh, I'm a hiring manager and I've been reviewing pen tester resume for it. Yo, that's amazing. Yo, sick in the mind. Can you do me a favor then? In the Discord, like maybe you can drop some ways on how to do it, right? Like how to write good resumes. That would be great. Yeah, you guys, you are pretty late, Ranch today. Job के लिए like bro, like honestly, like first make sure your resume is really good, right? Get it checked. Do some, especially if you are a developer new, lead code is a very big thing, right? Give me a review. What should I do? Sure, I will look into that range. Give me like a little bit time. I will come back to you. Sure. Yeah, I would love to hear. Sick in the mind. Let's connect in Discord. Can you please DM me? DM me and we can like go over. I want to like get some tips for like pen testing and stuff. That'll be great. Yeah, we had a gem. We had a gem here all along. That's amazing. So yeah, so I will talk to Sick in the Mind and then we'll chat more, lads. Over the weekend, we'll try to come up with something. But I think I want to look for a new job too, and I'm very much looking for a new job. Okay, with that being said, thank you so much, lads. Hope you have a great day. Sorry, I have to leave now for the work, and I will try to come up a bit more earlier tomorrow, right? So we can do more, cover more things with time. With that, thank you so much. This was your favorite censored hacker signing off with a big bye. Thank you so much, lads. Have a great day, and I will see you guys in the evening for some lead code or die series. Till then, thank you so much. Have a great day. Love you all. Yeah. Thank you so much.